Missing, Michael Vaughan, Monkey Mondays, where we only cover the facts. Timeline Part 2. The family of the missing child, Michael Vaughan, has endured an incredibly challenging and life-altering experience since that fateful day on July 27, 2021. Michael's mother, father, grandfather, sisters, and brother have all grappled with the anguish of not knowing Michael's whereabouts. In a moving expression of their collective pain, Michael's sister, Blue, has poured her thoughts about that ominous day onto paper. We are privileged to share her heartfelt words with you. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the entire family of Michael Joseph Vaughan during this difficult time.
July 27th, 2021. I get out of my friend's car. Running up the front lawn, I see police cars. People are flooding the street I live on. I open the front door to my baby sister, and our other brother is speaking to an officer. I pick up my sister, I look over at my brother, and immediately start questioning if he's okay. He's been crying, and he's trying to explain to the officer when he last saw Michael. The officer assumes I'm their mother. I tell him no, but I am her oldest child. We speak briefly before I see my mom screaming and running down the street. I don't know if I've seen my mom run like that. I don't think she's ever screamed like that either. So in pain at the thought of losing her beloved children. It was the most painful sound a daughter can hear. I always jump to nighttime after that memory. It's like I'm not allowed to remember the other parts, like my brain is trapping me in between those two scenes. The stars are out, your favorite. We are still looking. There's more people now, a lot of familiar faces, most unfamiliar. I can't seem to stop crying. Mom can't either. Dad looks like he's gonna puke again. My mom hasn't come and sat down or inside the house for hours. I decided to go look through the house for you again. I know the police already did, but maybe you thought we were all playing. I walk in, small and under my breath. Monkey? Through the kitchen. Monkey? Through the dining and living rooms. Monkey? Through the hallway connecting our rooms. It's time to come out now, I say as I break into tears. We're not playing, baby. It's not funny anymore. All I can do is cry once I reach Mom's room. I'm looking for you under the bed, in the closet. Teary-eyed and sobs just escaping me. I can't bring myself to live if you're not here. We're gonna find you, right? It's been 2 years. October 2nd, 2023. My boyfriend tells me his brother was missing for about an hour. They had so many people searching for him. His brother was out by his grandma's house paying respects to a dead dog. Monkey would have done the same thing. He has the gentlest heart. I think I was saying that more about you than him, Monkey. I see so much of you in him. I'm so proud of him, and I hope you know how proud I was of you, baby. You are a model of kindness for everyone I'll ever meet. Thank you for setting the bar so high, but why did you have to go? You're so important to me that it's not fair. They got to call off the search for him. We are still searching for you every single day. It isn't fair. Why didn't we get to stop looking? Why weren't you over at the neighbors or in the backyard playing? Why didn't I wake up? Why? I don't think any of us will stop asking that question. Come home soon, kiddo. Love, your big sister.
Look at her face. He got a mustache. Yeah. Yeah, I miss him a lot.
I miss him too.
Me too.
Okay. Let's go get dressed, crazy hair. Aww.
I love you, Monkey.
Fruitland, a picturesque city located in Payette County, Idaho, United States, graces the shores of both the Snake and Payette rivers. Nestled alongside U.S. Route 95 in the scenic Treasure Valley of southwestern Idaho, it sits approximately 50 miles, 80 kilometers, to the west of Boise, sharing its border with Oregon. This delightful city is an integral part of the Ontario micropolitan area, drawing its name from the bountiful apple orchards that envelop the community and proudly adopting the slogan "The Big Apple of Idaho." Additionally, Fruitland is known as the hometown of Michael Joseph Vaughan, a young boy who went missing 2 years ago at the age of 5 from his small neighborhood in Fruitland, Idaho. Michael Joseph Vaughan was born on June 24, 2016, in Fruitland, Idaho, and he's a true bundle of joy. Michael's infectious energy and zest for life make him a remarkable little boy. Affectionately known as Monkey, due to his playful nature and penchant for climbing just about anything, Michael's enthusiasm knows no bounds. His favorite things include devouring slices of pizza, adoring the color blue, gazing at the stars in the night sky, cherishing his tight-knit family, and getting revved up about monster trucks and all the things that captivate young hearts. Michael shares his home with his loving mother, Brandy, and father, Tyler, alongside his doting grandfather, 2 sisters, and 1 brother. This friendly, inquisitive lad revels in outdoor adventures, whether it's camping, hunting for frogs, or gleefully splashing around in the mud. His outgoing nature shines through as he frequently joins the neighborhood kids in their playful escapades. Michael is an inexhaustible ball of energy, impossible not to adore. On the fateful date of July 27, 2021, a significant and life-altering event unfolded. Michael Vaughan, a beloved member of a close-knit family, mysteriously vanished without leaving a single clue behind. This inexplicable disappearance has cast a shadow of uncertainty over their lives. In the wake of this heartbreaking ordeal, a mother grapples with the agony of not knowing her son's whereabouts, a father tirelessly searches for his missing child, and a grandfather longs for the companionship of his cherished buddy. A sister yearns for her favorite dance partner, a brother misses his go-to Fortnite buddy, and a little sister is left with a void created by a cruel twist of fate. In the face of adversity, this resilient family remains unwavering in their determination to reunite with their beloved Michael, fondly referred to as Monkey. Their commitment knows no bounds, and they have vowed to persevere in their quest to bring him back home where he belongs. This family has found strength in unity, coming together with an unshakable belief that Michael is somewhere out there, waiting for a heartfelt reunion with those who hold him dear. They have organized numerous search parties, held candlelight vigils, and hosted fundraising events, all of which exemplify the remarkable unity within their community. They refuse to let Michael's story fade into obscurity, holding on to hope and resolutely committing to the mission of bringing him home. As the relentless search for Michael continues, we implore you to join this collective effort. Share his story, disseminate his photograph, and remain vigilant. No detail is too insignificant, and with our collective efforts, we can make a meaningful impact in aiding Michael's reunion with his loving family. Many questioned why an Amber Alert was not issued for Michael Vaughan when he was reported missing. After all, an Amber Alert enables investigators to send notifications to all cell phones within a designated radius to enhance the chances of obtaining leads. However, law enforcement exercises caution when it comes to issuing Amber Alerts. If these alerts are issued too frequently, their impact can diminish as they become part of the digital background noise in our lives. Consequently, law enforcement adheres to strict criteria when issuing Amber Alerts, including: a child is known to have been abducted. The abduction occurred within 12 hours of the initial report. The child is under 17 years of age. Investigators suspect the child is in immediate danger of loss of life. There must be sufficient information regarding the disappearance to make the Amber Alert valuable to the public. The missing child must be entered into the National Crime Information Center, NCIC. In cases where a missing child does not meet all of the above criteria, law enforcement can issue an Endangered Missing Person Alert, which provides similar tools to the Amber Alert. These notifications are disseminated via email, text messages, social media posts, and the alerting program known as Code Red. By 9:40 on the evening of Michael Vaughan's disappearance, investigators had expanded the notification of his disappearance nationwide. On Tuesday night, Payette County law enforcement issued an Endangered Missing Person Alert for 5-year-old Michael Vaughan, who has yet to be found. As the Treasure Valley continues to search for the boy, viewers asked KTVB about the distinction between an Amber Alert and the alert police issued for Michael. If a situation falls outside the criteria for issuing an Amber Alert, we resort to an Endangered Missing Person Alert, explained Tania Parmenter, the Amber Alert Coordinator for Idaho State Police. There must be enough descriptive information to believe that an Amber Alert will aid in the child's recovery, including as much of the following information as possible. The missing child must be entered into the National Crime Information Center, NCIC. ISP stated that the Endangered Missing Person Alert used for Michael incorporates almost all the same tools as an Amber Alert. Notifications are distributed via email, text messages, social media posts, and the alerting program Code Red. Amber Alerts employ road signs and send phone alerts that provide suspect and vehicle descriptions in cases of abducted children. Payette County has done an excellent job, as they have tools at their disposal to locate missing children, noted Parmenter. According to the Payette County Sheriff's Office, the county sent a Code Red notification to residents in the Hidden Meadows subdivision in Fruitland at 8:18 p.m. on Tuesday. It was subsequently expanded to cover the entire county at 9:40 p.m., when there is a risk factor due to age, circumstances, imminent danger of bodily harm or death. We want to ensure that we inform the community and the public that they need to assist us in locating that child or missing person, emphasized Parmenter. While there are no specific criteria that need to be met regarding timing for issuing an Endangered Missing Person Alert, ESP stressed that time is always crucial in cases like Michael's.
Thank you for joining us here on this Friday edition of the News at 10. I'm Shira Matsuzawa, and we're staying on top of the search for the missing 5-year-old Michael Vaughn from Fruitland. Police say nothing has been ruled out, and the likelihood this case is possible abduction increases each day. Our Tristan Lewis joins us now with more about what partnering agencies are providing to the case. Tristan.
Shira, numerous agencies locally and out of the state are working with Fruitland PD to find Michael, from Idaho State Police to the FBI, each making it clear their mission is to recover Michael and bring him home. After months of searches and sharing his face and name, the question still remains, where is 5-year-old Michael Vaughn?
It's been surprising to me that this case has not gotten more national attention.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children has been following Michael's case since he went missing on July 27th. In 2020, the Center for Missing and Exploited Children was able to resolve more than 27,000 missing children cases. More than 1,100 of those were abductions.
And due to the fact that we've conducted multiple searches using every tool available to us with no success, it increases the possibility that Michael was abducted.
Even with the heightened possibility Michael has been abducted and still missing 4 months later, the center says communities cannot give up hope.
We always want to remind people that it is important to stay vigilant in these types of cases, because more time goes on, the less and less attention a case like this gets.
A big part of what the center does is make sure missing children's stories are not forgotten. They go on national media programs, share images and details on social media, and more to reach new people.
Because at this point, police, that's what they're relying on, is help from the public.
They believe law enforcement in the case are doing a good job of encouraging people to reach out and send information if they've seen or heard anything in regard to Michael. But they don't believe that's enough.
I would like to see this case get more national attention, because if this child was indeed abducted, who knows where this child is now? The child may be nowhere near Fruitland. It's important to make sure that everybody's looking for Michael, no matter where they live.
And I reached out to Fruitland Police, and they tell me they are still working to identify that white Honda Pilot and a man with a dark hair wearing a white t-shirt and black shorts that were in the area the time Michael disappeared. They are not considered suspects, but police want to talk with them about what they may have seen or know. And Shira, this again continues to be an ongoing investigation by Fruitland Police.
I know the community isn't giving up hope, so thank you for keeping us updated.
It's been nearly 5 months since little Michael Vaughn, a 5-year-old boy from Fruitland, was first reported missing. Search efforts and investigations into where he could be, might be, continue.
Tonight, his mother, speaking to us tonight, believes her son was abducted and is asking that he will be returned safely home.
She sat down with our Tristan Lewis for the first time. And Tristan, you've been on the story since it first broke back in the summer, and she says she is not giving up hope.
Yeah, Mark and Kim, Michael's mother, Brandy Neal, says pure panic and fear is what went through her mind when she found out Michael was missing. And while she and her family are working to be more present, there is not a moment that goes by she does not think of him.
The detective and the captain brought this over yesterday.
Generosity is something Brandy Neal and her family have seen a lot of in the past few months.
We always put the Christmas tree up as a family and decorate it together. It's always something we do, and talking with the older kids the day before yesterday, we weren't going to put it up this year.
A donated Christmas tree from Fruitland High School students on Tuesday, decorated with ornaments, another act of kindness from a community shaken by the disappearance.
And so this was a blessing.
A blessing, but what she is really looking for is a clue to what happened to her son.
I don't even know how to explain how you do it every day, how you keep going, but you can't give up, you have to try.
Michael Vaughn has been reported missing since July 27th. Brandy was at her job that day, and Michael's father, Tyler Vaughn, was watching the kids. She was scheduled to work until 9 that night. She got a call at 7:04 p.m.
Tyler said he couldn't find Michael. He was screaming for him, and I could hear the fear in his voice, and I froze at the moment. My coworker saw me, and it's like, go. And I ran, I grabbed my purse, and I drove as fast as I could here.
Pulling into her neighborhood that night, she saw police and neighbors everywhere, shouting and searching for Michael.
It's a blur because it was all so much, but there were people still out in the fields at 4 o'clock in the morning, community members, because we didn't leave outside for months.
Although Brandy describes Michael as a friendly and curious boy, she says he rarely wandered off outside by himself. And the few times he did, it was never farther than the end of their street.
The feeling was that he may have wandered, but I didn't believe that.
Today, what do you think?
I believe my son has been abducted. I believe somebody took him.
Not a second goes by Brandy does not think about Michael. Even those few moments she's enjoying time with her family or watching her other kids' activities at school, she said she feels some guilt.
There was some jokes made, and I got very emotional. And my beautiful daughter, Mama, it's okay not to live in sadness all the time. Like, she told me that, she's like, it's not good for us to live in sadness all the time. And she's right. And she said, it's not that you're not thinking about him, and we're not thinking about him, but we gotta try, Mama. I said, okay.
While she tries to live in the present more, her desire to find Michael stays just as strong. She continues to ask everyone to continue to share Michael's story.
Because somebody has to know something. Somebody has to have seen something. And you just try to keep pushing forward.
Brandy and her family thank everyone who has been there for them throughout the past few months, and she says they continue working with the Fruitland Police Department, who, she says, at this time has become more like family to her. And Mark and Kim, Getting Michael's name and picture out there nationwide is what she's working to accomplish. And anyone with any information, again, is asked to contact the Fruitland Police Department.
It's heartbreaking, and I know so many people right now are praying to give her strength and her family strength as she's going through this. It's just so difficult to hear.
Unthinkable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tristan.
Nobody's going to give up hope for sure.
Tristan, thank you.
In Fruitland, the search for 5-year-old Michael Joseph Monkey Vaughan, who has been missing for over 150 days, remains a pressing concern for the community. The Fruitland Police Department issued a heartfelt reminder to keep Michael in their thoughts, both in their daily lives and as they gathered to celebrate the holiday season with their families. In an update posted on the community's Facebook page on December 22nd, it was revealed that the department had received 738 leads in their ongoing search. The update conveyed, the Fruitland Police Department, in collaboration with the Idaho State Police and the FBI, persists in their efforts to locate 5-year-old Michael Joseph Vaughan, known affectionately as Monkey. Recent weeks have seen intensified ground searches in a remote forested area north of Weiser, with investigators dedicatedly pursuing every lead that emerges. The department expressed profound gratitude to the community for their unwavering support during this monumental task of searching for Michael. They urged everyone to keep those who cannot be with their families during the holiday season, especially 5-year-old Michael Joseph Vaughan, in their prayers. It was acknowledged that there would be an empty seat at Michael's family table, symbolizing the void in the hearts of many in the community until Michael is safely reunited with his loved ones. The message also encouraged the community to take a moment to appreciate the blessings they have during this Christmas season and emphasized that the greatness of a community is measured by the compassion of its members. The department closed with warm wishes for a Merry Christmas. The comments section of the post was filled with an outpouring of support, with Brandy Neal, Michael's mother, expressing eternal gratitude for the Fruitland Police Department, Idaho State Police, and the FBI for their unwavering support and efforts to bring Michael home. She likened them to family, not just for her, but for the entire community, and asked for prayers for these dedicated officers and agencies who share the weight of this difficult situation. Many others in the community also shared their heartbreak over Michael's situation and offered prayers for his safe return during what they recognized would be an especially challenging Christmas for his family. Additionally, a reward fund has been established to encourage information that could lead to Michael's safe recovery, and it currently stands at $52,206, with availability until March 31st.
Tonight, family, friends, and the community in Fruitland gathered to hold a candlelight vigil for missing 5-year-old Michael Vaughan. Now, Michael, also affectionately known as Monkey, has been missing since July, and our Andrew Bartline was at that vigil. Andrew, how was the turnout, and did the family have anything to say?
They did, Sharon. We'll get to that in a moment. There was around 50 people gathered at the Fruitland City Park, just blocks away from where Michael Vaughan was last seen in late July. The crowd lit candles, joined in song, and the vigil opened in a prayer for Michael and his family. The prayer asked for Michael's safe return home and to bless the family as they push through these holidays without Michael. Michael's mother, Brandy Neal, shared a few words for people in attendance. She thanked the police and community members for their continued efforts to look for her son, and she also took a moment to speak directly to her son, Michael, as well.
We will never give up hope, my love. We are here to help light your way home. Not a single one of us will ever give up until you are home safe. And you will come home, and we will not stop, and none of us will stop until you come home. And we love you so much, and we all miss you so much, and we won't stop. I promise, and Pinky promise, baby, Pinky promise, we will never stop, please.
Michael's family continues to ask people to keep sharing Michael's picture and to keep talking about their missing son. They want his picture to be everywhere in hopes of keeping awareness high and potentially opening up a lead that brings Michael back home safely. The reward for providing information that leads to Michael's safe return is now more than $52,000. Shira.
You know, your heart just goes out to them. Thanks, Andrew.
It's been 6 months since 5-year-old Michael Vaughn went missing from his family's neighborhood in Fruitland. Michael, affectionately known by all as Monkey, was last seen in July. Fruitland police continue to investigate, and the family wants to keep sharing his picture in hopes it brings Monkey home. The reward for providing information that leads to Michael's safe return is now more than $52,000.
8 months have passed since the disappearance of 5-year-old Michael Joseph Monkey Vaughn from Fruitland, and a reward fund aimed at his safe return has been reactivated until Thursday, according to the latest update from the Fruitland Police Department posted on March 24. A request for comment from Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff has been pending since March 15th. Photographs of Michael have been widely distributed on signs, posters, flyers, and banners across the community, the region, and the nation since he was last seen near his home on July 27th. Yard signs and glossy flyers about Michael are still available to the public at select stores in the area, including Kinney and Keel True Value Hardware in Ontario. Michael's grandfather regularly drops off flyers for the community to distribute. As of Friday afternoon, the last yard sign had been given out, but flyers were still available at the front counter. The update mentions ongoing efforts to analyze newly obtained data from the timeframe of Michael's disappearance in the hope of generating new leads. In the early stages of the investigation, authorities did not confirm whether the child was believed to have been abducted, stating that all possibilities were being considered. They further noted that without a suspect or vehicle description, an Amber Alert could not be issued. In the recent social media update, Fruitland Police revealed that the potential criminal abduction aspect became our primary focus several months ago. However, details that can be shared are limited due to the ongoing investigation. Nevertheless, police have indicated they have strong leads regarding a white Honda Pilot, though confirmation of its owner is pending. Police had previously described the Honda as a 2016 to 2020 model year vehicle, and it was reportedly seen leaving the area on Southwest 8th Street on the night Michael disappeared. Michael was last seen near his home on Southwest 9th Street. As of press time, it was not confirmed whether the police's potential identification of the vehicle owner would trigger an Amber Alert. Since Michael's disappearance, extensive searches have been conducted by professional search and rescue units with K9s, law enforcement agencies, and community volunteers, including searches by water, air, and ground. However, at this time, no coordinated ground searches are planned unless credible tips lead them back to the area. Police have received nearly 850 leads, with the majority of them cleared. The reward fund for Michael's safe return currently stands at $52,860, and police welcome any additional donations. The fund has been reactivated and is assigned sunset dates to maintain accountability and urgency. Authorities urge individuals with credible information about Michael's disappearance to come forward promptly, emphasizing the importance of any leads. The recent Facebook update also mentioned SB 1378, the Endangered and Missing Person Alert, which has passed both branches of the Idaho legislature. The Fruitland Police Department hopes that, if it becomes law, it will be a valuable tool for Idaho law enforcement in such cases, increasing the chances of successful recoveries through mass exposure. The police department expressed its gratitude to local media outlets for helping share Michael's story nationally and globally. They request that people only share the official poster from the Fruitland Police Department and the Idaho Missing Persons Clearinghouse, as it is consistently recognized by law enforcement across the U.S. The official poster can be found online at https://bit.ly/Michael_poster. Michael has been listed on the Idaho Missing Persons Clearinghouse since the night he disappeared and remains on the Endangered Records list. He is one of 2 juveniles on that list, alongside Dior Kunz, who went missing at the age of 2 on July 10, 2015, and would now be 9 years old. The night he went missing, Michael was reportedly wearing a light blue Minecraft shirt, black boxer briefs with lime green stitching, and size 11 flip-flop sandals. He has blonde hair, blue eyes, and was born on June 24, 2016. The public is urged to keep Michael, his family, and investigators in their prayers. The update closes with gratitude to those who continue to support Michael's family and law enforcement efforts in finding him, emphasizing the importance of focusing on finding the missing boy rather than speculating about his disappearance.
Well, this is new at 4. It's now been 9 months since 5-year-old Michael Vaughn of Fruitland went missing. While the family and their community still have no answers to where he may be, new legislation inspired by Michael is now written into law.
This bill gives parents and loved ones confidence that if something like this happens, that there'll be a system in place.
Governor Brad Little signed Senate Bill 1378, also known as Monkey's Law. It will create an all-encompassing alert for endangered missing persons. It will send out a notification to people around Idaho about a missing person. And this doesn't replace the Amber Alert. It will instead combine all other alerts into one. Michael, who disappeared last July, did not fit the criteria for an Amber Alert.
This is a good thing. We're here for a good thing. It just feels a little bittersweet. We wish this was in place 9 months ago, but we're happy that no family will ever have to experience the circumstances that ours has with Michael's disappearance.
And it's called Monkey's Law because that was Michael's nickname. Now, that bill was sponsored by Senator Abby Lee and Representative Ryan Kirby. Lee says the state is now in the process of building the alert system, but she says other states around Idaho have this system in place that they will base it on. Fruitland police say the search for Monkey continues and asks for the public's help in bringing any new tips and information. The reward for Michael's return is now more than $52,000.
This is Sarah Wandra, 35 years old. Sarah lives at 1102 Red Wing Street in Fruitland and was living there at the time of Michael's disappearance. We believe that Sarah has firsthand knowledge and is involved in Michael's abduction. This is Sarah's husband, Stacy Wandra, 30 years old, a male. Stacy was also living at 1102 Red Wing Street in Fruitland and was living there at the time of Michael's disappearance. We believe that Stacy has firsthand knowledge and is involved in the abduction of Michael Vaughn. This is Brandon Shirtliff, 30 years old, of Kuna, Idaho. Brandon was living with Sarah and Stacy Wandra at 1102 Red Wing Street at the time of Michael's disappearance, and we believe Brandon has firsthand knowledge of Michael's abduction. Brandon is currently believed to be in North Dakota. Adrian Lucien, 32-year-old male out of Toledo, Ohio. Adrian was staying with Sarah and Stacy Wandra at 1102 Red Wing Street at the time of Michael's disappearance, and we believe that Adrian has firsthand knowledge of Michael's abduction. Adrian is currently believed to be in Toledo, but floats between Ohio and California. I strongly encourage Shirtliff and Lucien to contact the Fruitland Police Department detectives as the window of time for talking and cooperation is coming to a close.
Idaho, U.S. It has been more than 2 years since 7-year-old Michael Vaughn disappeared from the peaceful town of Fruitland, Idaho. Desperate efforts to locate the missing child have continued unabated since his last sighting on July 27, 2021. Michael Vaughn, a cherubic 7-year-old with striking blue eyes and blonde hair, has become the focus of an extensive search operation. Fruitland residents and law enforcement agencies have banded together in the hopes of reuniting Michael with his worried family. Michael was last seen wearing a light blue t-shirt adorned with the Minecraft logo dark blue boxer briefs and sandals, providing critical information that could aid in his identification. The Fruitland Police Department has been leading the investigation into Michael's disappearance. They are urging anyone with information related to his whereabouts to contact them immediately at 1-208-642-6006. Every piece of information, no matter how small it may seem, could be crucial in finding Michael and bringing him safely back home. The disappearance of a child is a heart-wrenching event that deeply affects the community. Fruitland residents have come together, demonstrating unwavering support for Michael's family during this trying time. Their commitment to the search effort is a testament to the strength and unity of this close-knit community. As the days turn into weeks, the search for Michael Vaughan continues with an unyielding determination. Authorities, family, and friends hold on to hope, praying for his safe return